Hello, this is the data analysis protocol of Module 17. To go ahead and begin, this is kind of all about how to promote this with teachers. So if this were my school and I was establishing a proper and specific protocol for my staff, I would go ahead and start with just an easy graphic such as what I have on the screen right now. So step number one would be about goal setting. I would make sure that we included what the focus was and what we can improve on. So for instance, to start assessing and evaluating our school, staff, curriculum, and assessments. Obviously, data can go all over the place. Data can be specific to the school, specific to the teacher or staff member, specific to the curriculum, and specific to assessments. So finding a common ground and means for improvement. This could be such as analyzing the existing data, or if there's something else that we could maybe establish a common ground on. Maybe you want to continue using a certain kind of assessment, but you're going to kind of modify things just a little bit. So basically anything that could benefit us and evaluating those different resources. Step two would be creating a plan, how to start that implementation. So all teachers, all administrators, everyone should constantly be reflecting on themselves. So reflecting and constant reevaluation will help with starting the plan, implementing the plan, and how to make changes to the plan. So reflecting on specifically what's working well and what is not, the areas that need to be fixed and the areas of an improvement. My third category was constant check-in and improvement, so redesigning. Just because a plan is set in place does not mean you cannot stop and try and kind of rehash things to make it better. As you go along, you'll realize that some things need to be changed. What was working isn't working now, or something new could come up that maybe you need to alter your plans, and that's okay to be flexible. As for what my teachers, almost like a handout for them, I like to keep things pretty simple. I understand that staff can be busy. They're almost always busy. So by keeping this simple but still hitting the high points, this can be drastic for teachers. So starting off with assessing, what assessments can be used? Does this assessment fit with our standards? And finding common assessments. I can speak for myself. Now that we have moved to a standards-based grading system, all grade levels, so all 3 elementary schools in my district are expected to have a common assessment. That way we are truly giving students the grades based off work that is universal. So the common assessment part of that piece is huge. As for creating goals, goal setting, what are students supposed to be doing? Making sure to hash out what their standard is and maybe even putting it into words such as the student will ... That way it is specific. We can show parents, we can show other staff members, this is what students are expected to do or master. Making sure the goals also align with the school's mission statement. Moving on to analyzing data. This is more about how will the data be organized. That's your first step, is putting it and compiling it all in an organized and easy, user-friendly way. And then from there you can go to, are students meeting goals? Are they not meeting goals? What are we supposed to do? Do we see a common pattern? As for creating and implementing a plan, this is more about what we need for student success. How can we start interventions with groups? How do we make sure to get the kids that really need them? Are there any extra supports or enrichment activities that we can do for the students that aren't needing interventions? The last aspect is reflecting. Are students meeting goals? This can be a teacher on their own, this can be a grade level, or this can be a school, even the district. Are students meeting goals throughout, and what other measures do we need to take to ensure that progress is being made? As for reactions, my staff's reactions to protocols, I would assume that it would give staff more confidence in their teaching and goal setting, to kind of give the freedom to teachers that this is what you need to do, here are the steps you need to follow, but otherwise you can create this for yourself, establish goals with your students. Making sure they're measurable and attainable goals is essential. Also, this kind of shows that you are valuing your staff members and teachers, and you're allowing them to be more organized with their own team members and their own teaching. Lastly, the better understanding of why we goal set and how to create success in the classroom regarding assessments. If you just start with a simple goal setting as, I want you to meet this many spelling words and get them correct this week, students will start feeling empowered and wanting to reach those goals, and then you can move on to your state assessments or moving past that. This last slide is about adapting the protocol. Once again, reflecting on your own teaching, your own personal profession. This is essential in everything. So adapting that protocol, so use for all staff. You can adapt this so you can have goals just for your BLT meetings, your PLC meetings, or your vertical team meetings. We have to goal set within our own classroom, but then we also have to goal set within our own grade level. So using this to adapt those different goals and data analysis. The next part is assessments. You can have them vary, but make sure that there's a common ground. If you have 4 fifth grade teachers, one of them cannot just be going off and doing their own thing and then grading and having that doing something different with their students in their class. There needs to be some kind of common ground between the teachers and the staff. And then making sure this is an ongoing cycle. Just because you set your goal doesn't mean you're done. Checking in, constantly revising, altering anything that you need to do to make it better and more successful is essential.